want to figure out how to get to talk about sneaking out because
Sneaking out.
yeah, you ever sneaking out?
Oh yeah,
but I want to
I got you.
transition to
I
that,
got you.
know?
I
Okay.
got you. So whenever y'all introduced me to Attack on Titan, I remember we had sat and watched it, and we had watched episode after episode after episode, and we were like, heck yeah, and I was into it. But at the time, I was into it because y'all had already seen it, and I can remember I was so into it, I never noticed that you sneaked out.
How do you come up with this stuff, man?
Dude, off the noggin. Off the noggin.
Oh, it's back. Like I
And
can't.
it's true. It's true. In the
Yeah.
middle of my prime, I'm watching Attack on Titan. I look back and he's gone.
Okay, sorry for laughing so freaking hard. I just no. Yeah, I snuck out. I want to say okay. I want to say everything, but
It was for a good reason.
yeah, it's for well. All right.
It was for a good reason.
So yeah, basically, I was dating the guy's sister, and I went to go I went to go sneak out to go see her.
And legit, we both of us at the same time turned and we're like, Jake.
yeah.
And legit, we didn't know, and we're like, guess we'll just keep watching Attack on Titan.
No, because like because the only thing I did was like I was just like casual because I was like texting or whatever, and all I said was just like I'm going out to get my charger, and you're like, all right, you know.
And then 2 hours later, we're like, where the heck did he go?
It wasn't 2 hours, but
It was about 30, 45
Yeah,
minutes.
it was-
We're like, his car's right outside.
yeah, he hasn't left. Like, what happened to him? I remember seeing y'all both come out of the house. I'm like, oh frick, you know, like
And we didn't even care. We didn't even care that you were gone. We were just like, do we need to wait? Do we need to? We didn't know. We just waited for you to come back.
I thought it was so funny. Yeah, y'all were like, y'all were hiding behind my car when I came back.
Yeah.
I couldn't hide it. I can't lie. I can't say anything. So I'm just casually walking back. On the,
It's that walk of shame where you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, what
I've
they
been
know.
caught. They
They know
know.
what I did, so I'm just gonna act like it's okay.
Walk
Oh,
inside.
Yeah, guys, I was sneaking out,
You caught me.
and legit, we couldn't say nothing because you were like, yeah, I snuck out. And we're like, oh, okay, he agreed to it, so I guess we can't really say.
It's like, all right, go back to watch Attack on Titan.
Because legit, we all looked at each other and we were like, well, we all would have done that too.
We all know.
We
All right.
we all would do that.
Have you ever like snuck out when you were in high school or
Um,
anytime when you were younger?
Well, I wish I could have. I wanted to sneak out all the time. I never did. I got kicked out a lot. So I guess does that count?
I mean, kinda.
I
mean,
got kicked out, and I would just walk and just find somewhere to stay, a random shack or something to stay in.
You never like fantasize though, like about like you always see those movies where they teenagers jump out the window, go to parties and stuff.
Bro, I wanted to do that. I always wanted to. And there's been like times where I would sneak out, but I wouldn't go nowhere. I'd sneak out and go do something out in the woods or whatever, and then come back. Like we lived out in the country, so I'd go into the woods and like just break something, or I'd sneak to my neighbor's property and like do something, which
Right.
in reality it was like 200 feet.
So it didn't really feel like sneaking out.
No, I never really did because I was still considered on my property.
Right.
So
See, I've done like a lot of like where I live in the country, and when I like usually I used to leave like a lot, but I would never call it sneaking out. I would like just go to the store,
just walk out.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I didn't even really have to ever go out the window. I could just walk out my front door,
Yeah.
and nobody. I wouldn't think anything of it. And then the times when I actually was sneaking out, that's when I'd be like, and then
Yeah.
I wanted to be like in the movies where we're like I was in high school, so my friends like came up, and I could have just walked out the door, but I had to be freaking over dramatic. And I'm over my freaking room was like way like a lot farther from the road where
Yeah.
it would have been easy just going through the front door. But I'm way back here in the house, and I'm over here jumping out my window, and it's like a 6-foot drop.
Gosh.
So I'm over here just like being all like trying to dramatic be in the movies
Yeah.
like I jump out the freaking window, I'm sneaking out, and I just had to jump over a fence and run all the way back into the
Yeah.
front yard, and that's when I like was sneaking out at that time okay. I did get caught. But I snuck out a lot more where I did not. But there was one time where I did get caught,
Yeah.
and it was I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, when you get caught, it's like
You don't know what to do. You're just like, dang it. That's it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing you can say.
And usually like, what would you rather do? Would you rather get yelled at or would you rather just have like your parents be like, I'm disappointed in you.
I would much rather them tell me they're disappointed in me.
Really? I would rather have them yell at me and get mad.
Because my parents were always disappointed in me.
Oh.
But here's the thing. They hated me. So they would have been like, I would have much rather them just go ahead and get it over with and me go to my room and go to sleep anyway. So that
it's like, can we get this done already?
My parents were the type to where if I did something wrong, they scream at you for like 3 days straight. It'd be like they would scream at you, and then about 4 o'clock in the morning, they let you go to sleep for like 2 hours, and they wake up and you get your ass up and you get yelled at some more, and they make you do stupid chores that no human has ever done. Like, I want you to go fucking clean the gutter with your fingernails. I want you to fucking dig a hole with your
cut the grass with your teeth.
That's how my parents were. So I would have much rather been like, hey, I'm disappointed, and then maybe like,
you're like, deuces.
see you later. I almost said a bad word. I almost said a word I wasn't supposed to.
When that day when I did snuck out.
Your parents just look at you and be like, we're disappointed.
Well, like when it was kind of stupid on both our parts. The guy I was sneaking out with what was it? Oh yeah, because we had snuck out the night before, and basically it was just like me bored. And I picked up one of my friends. Then I went to go pick up another friend. They're like, yo, let's go pick up this other friend. And I'm in my freaking mom's minivan driving around 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's the best when you had them. I know it's like back whenever you're a teenager, you think minivans are so stupid. Today, I kind of wish I had a minivan.
Bro, they're the best. But I even said this too. It's like, that's why they always love hanging out with me. Because like, oh, you got a freaking minivan.
Everybody get in. Everybody can fit.
Yeah. But then I asked them the question. I'm like, okay, what if you're the one that owned the minivan? They're like, I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. You know, I'm like, I've just got to sacrifice.
Yeah. But you picked up everybody in the minivan?
Yeah, but, and, that was, we all like hung out, went home, and, went back, went home. And the next day, my friend's like, yo, let's sneak out again. And, this might have been the same night. I think might have been a different night.
Yeah.
But, different time. But either way, I told him, like, to not, like, come all the way down to my house because my dog started barking.
Yeah.
Should have done that in the first place. But he came down. He had his brights on, and he just stopped midway. And I didn't realize my cousin was over there. He was the only one staying over there. And let's say my cousin is American. He has a lot of guns. So I ran all the way up the road to get into what you.
I forgot. I screwed it all the way back there. What were you saying?
No, but I ran all the way up the road to get into my friend's truck. And he had his brights on, like anybody could tell, like somebody was there.
Dull.
And I get in, and we're driving away, and then I didn't hear it, but my friend heard like a gunshot, and he's like, "You hear that?" I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Just keep driving." I'm like, I don't know. And we go and pick up the other friend of mine, and we're all like chilling. And then I get a phone call. And it's like, Dad. And I'm like,
dang.
Like I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, bro, is this really happening?
Where time stands still and you're like, what do I do?
I did. I'm like, should I answer? Like, my friend's like, answer it. Or like, don't answer. He said, don't answer it. And I'm just like, I got it. Like, I didn't answer the first time. It calls back, and I do. And that's when, it wasn't like, get home now. I dare you get out. It was just like he was like worried about me and stuff, and I'm like, I felt bad. Like the friends I hung out, they were just like, they'd rather have somebody, yell at, be like, oh, they're like, oh, at least he's not mad or something like that. I'm like, this is worse. You don't understand. Like, I'm like, I'm not that bad of a kid.
He's being really heartfelt. And he's like, hey man, I'm disappointed. Yeah. But I wish, and that's the thing is I wish my parents were like that to where they could be one-on-one. They're like, I was just worried. My parents were like, if I didn't agree to it, you're a jackass. My parents were like, how do I explain this? If I would have snuck out to go do something I wanted, my mom would turn it around and be like, well, in that time you were sneaking out, you could have been studying for that fucking test.
I know people like that.
And then it's always something, but I could see now that I'm older, like if my kids were to go do something like that, sneak out, I'd call and be like, hey man, come on. You could just tell me what you're doing. Just let me know, and we can make it work.
I think it's just that cliche teenage age.
That adrenaline of just like, sneaking out.
Yeah, because now, like, dude, you don't have that anymore. Like, if you're other parents, you're like sneaking out. Oh,
dude, sneaking out of your own. Like me, I live at home, and when I sneak out, it's like walking out the front door, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to go spend money on gas to drive. So I guess I'll walk back inside and go to sleep.
And nothing's really open, but I mean, it's definitely that adrenaline, and it's more fun as a teenager.